everyone? Welcome to my channel. I am Steve, and I am an astrologer and a psychic. And really just a medium who, at the same time, I'm a normal ass dude. I don't really understand what's going, I do and I don't, because I have information come to me. I'm claircognizant. When I talk to people, if I get into a conversation with someone and we talk about something important, I just pick up things about, I know the names of their animals and their favorite foods. It slips out of my mouth, and it happens over and over again. And I know when someone's about to be in the room, before they're in the room. I know a lot of things, but I'm not saying that I exactly know what's going on. And I'm here to say something, to share messages, especially now in this information war, this psychological information war, where people like me saying things like this, people to deliver the truth, is being stamped out. It's being eliminated, and that's unfortunate. So I'm here, I have powerful psychic abilities, and this is after going through a period of grieving, deep childhood wounds. Because children, I've been spiritual for a long time, and I know that, children are, they see with the eyes of God, as the Salem witches in the 1700s used to say, children are in tune to the other side, kind of like animals are, and you grow up and you lose that sense, that sixth sense. And I think other people have that somewhat, but for me, it was just like a bam, grieving, and now I'm open to a lot of information that comes through me all the time. So I'm not trying to sound like an all-knowing guru, because I'm not. Still don't know what's going on. I have experienced some crazy shit. Some very strange things that I would not have believed until I believed in the power of my heart, and as corny as that fucking sounds. Because I'm aware of modern culture and modern times. It's crazier than any acid trip I've ever had, any drug I could ever do. The things that happen when you listen to your emotions are crazier, far trippier. So, and we're in a time now, where our liberties are being erased, where the whole COVID thing is connected to astrology, and I just so happen to be in the right place in a lot of ways. It's like I knew the COVID thing was gonna happen. I'm really not trying to be like, I knew it, because that's just the ego. And with astrology and with predictions, you really have to be fucking careful, because the ego strongly wants to know what's gonna happen next, and that is not what being psychic is about. Being psychic is the only time I ever knew what I was able to predict what was next was when I've said, I don't know what the fuck is going on, because I'm a human, and I talk about this in my other videos. We live under a delusion where it's a song by Modest Mouse. Anyone heard of that band? They're really popular, because we know everything, we know, and if you interpretate the lyrics with, conceptual perception, he's being sarcastic, we want to think that we know everything. And this is common. This is kind of common in human culture, but you know. Yeah. So, what happened with me in this whole COVID thing, I followed my intuition, and it's not like it's been an easy or pleasant ride by any means, but I happen to be in the right place. And I still don't know what the hell is going to happen next, because there's what they say things are, there's what they tell us the truth is, and there's what the truth is when you stop and think for yourself about how much of a threat this COVID thing is and how much it's really being turned into. So connecting to astrology, how I kind of predicted COVID, how I predicted the fucking COVID, I don't know how I did it. I just, because there's a lot of crap astrology out there, so not all of it's true, you know. But I didn't know it, but my actions, I was just trying to grieve and survive. But I ended up in the right place, kind of, somewhat. To keep growing and keep healing, even though this COVID thing is going on. Yeah, so it's just weird how it works out. Pluto conjunct Saturn. Saturn conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. Now, I knew it when Pluto went in Capricorn in 2008. I was like, this is the biggie. This is going to change the fucking world. Based on what I've researched and what I've experienced in my life. And basically, you know, if you've seen The Matrix, there's a red pill and there's a blue pill. There's the unpleasant, bitter truth, and then there's just a sweet lie that relieves you from the harshness of, you know. And I just think that a lot of people live in the blue pill land, and we interact in the blue pill land, but somewhere in our hearts we know the red pill truth, you know, because people talk to me about how, you know, we're being lied to by the media, we're being oppressed and economically screwed. So it's like people know about this stuff, but the way that I've been researching Pluto makes you look at the dark truth with, you know, unflinchingly is what they say. So getting back to Saturn conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, it's mommy and daddy government, because that's Saturn and Capricorn are all about your parents or authority figures. And lockdown, it's like you're the teenager who doesn't know what to do about this COVID thing. And somehow our leaders have it figured out when they don't. When no one knows what the fuck's going on. When the whole point of being psychic, connecting to whatever your abilities are, is we don't know. We don't know. Sorry. And the humans don't like that, because I don't like hearing that. I don't like telling myself that. But that's how I got to, I'm not really losing a whole lot in this COVID thing, and I'm still gaining a lot. Even though I'm not doing anything financially, really. I'm gaining a little bit of debt, but I'm also fixing my body and making myself, I'll be able to make more money because my body's in better shape. So I made it work for me. But anyways, Saturn conjunct Pluto, you know, let mommy and daddy government figure it out. Plus, Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn. It has to cycle through all the other astrological signs, and then it goes back to Capricorn. And for those who don't know about astrology, really sorry. But basically, the last time this same cosmic configuration occurred was 246 years ago, when America was formed, Pluto in Capricorn. And I'm sorry if you don't like astrology, just bear with me, please. Last time Pluto in Capricorn was 1776, when America was formed, and in America's natal chart, Pluto's in the second house, which indicates um, rags to riches story, and we went from we're the young nation that went to being rags to riches pretty quickly. We took over the world, and ruling the world by means of ruthless military force is, yeah. Pluto and Capricorn, the second house, bullies of the world with our resources, great wealth resources. Okay, and it also indicates great loss or gains, and all this has to do with karma and how honestly you use your resources, and we didn't use them very well. We stole, and our karma, I think, is a big what's going on with COVID, economic loss. And that's Pluto in Capricorn. And I kind of saw it all coming. And basically, it's food. So, in a way, you're on your own. At the same time, you are on your own as in, you have to think for yourself. You have to govern yourself, basically. Don't rely on mommy, daddy, government to figure out what's best, where to go in life. Or what's right, or what's real, or what's true. Well, you know that. That's you. That's your deal. That's your truth. And, keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. Sometimes I think this is like the end of the economy and everything's changing. And it's just weird how I'm here, and I went through my grief phase at a time when I absolutely had to happen, because now I am able to navigate this weird COVID world where it's not just that, it's the state of affairs, the political atmosphere, this confusing fucking world. Right when things are just getting weirder and weirder, man. And with grief, it doesn't affect me as much as it used to. So yeah. My message is usually a strive for health and happiness and inner strength and resilience. And I think one thing that I have that a lot of people don't. One strength. There's a lot of things that I don't have that a lot of people have. So I'm not trying to be like, I'm the perfect guy. Anything like that. But I have dealt with anger. I've confronted my own primal rage in a very masterful, skillful way. That's basically it. You know? I think if there's some advice I could give to other people who haven't accepted their rage, the anger, it's what stopped me, because when I was afraid that I was going to hurt other people, and this is where we're being conditioned to be codependent. We're being conditioned to bow down and be submissive. What helped me was realizing that I guess freedom mattered most, and if I wasn't free and happy, then who would want to be around me? How much love can I give to the people around me if I don't feel happy? So a lot of this has to do with evolution and genetics and stuff like that. I was also driven to deal with my rage because I was abused by my parents pretty badly, and I am somehow stronger, and I didn't really become them. I just dealt with the shit. Yeah. And so that caused me to really look at my anger and just deal with it. Deal with a horrible, violent, aggressive thing for 10 years. But yeah. So for me, it's easier, I think, it's easy for me to be in that stoic mindset and way of life. So that's one thing that they want to keep you from developing anything like that, whether it be martial arts or, if you're a mechanic, and that makes you feel strong and confident and assertive. Whatever, you might freaking like salsa dancing. There's so many ways to express yourself, but that's one thing that they don't want, is to express human nature. And so one part is being a strong pillar within yourself, or something like that. Being really having thicker skin and not caring what other people think, and really taking responsibility for your well-being, or at least fighting for it. Even if you're broken, if you're fighting, you're still that's still very powerful. And there's another one, which is what I need to work, like what I'm trying to fix, I guess, more, is feeling connected to others, really. And the thing is, like, this is something all people are having trouble with, is getting to connect in person. It wasn't like this 10 years ago. The world has changed. I used to be able to, especially with girls, things have just been amped up emotionally because of all this social media. I used to be able to connect to women. When I was in high school, shit was fucking different. And that was only, God, 12, 13 years ago. Women these days, it's not the women. That's the thing. I'm not blaming women. This is men too. Like, we're all affected by the ideology war I talk about in my other videos. So I'm not angry at women. I don't look at that. I see them being just as much of a. I think people need to take responsibility for themselves, but I'm trying to figure out, like, who I am in the middle of all these lies. And it's like, she doesn't know she is in the middle of the lies being fed to us constantly. Especially with all this COVID shit. I mean, this is terrifying. And humanity's got a broken heart, and we need to heal it. And men and women need to fucking come together. Just fuck all the frustration off. We'll be alright. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah. And so, I am saying to the skeptics, because I am a skeptic, and sometimes I get angry at the wild gods in the sky, because they're fucking wild, we can admit, as human beings here on Earth. But that there seems to be some kind of intelligence, some kind of thing that, no, I don't get it myself, but there is something. There is another side. There is. It's so weird, and I keep getting closer and closer to it. I've encountered supernatural entities, some of them not so loving. And trust me, I am a skeptic. I am highly intellectual. And I have been. But I'm also saying that we don't know what's going on. And I would say that to the psychics and the skeptics. Psychics don't really know what the fuck they're doing, and the intellectual skeptics don't really know, because all knowledge that we can, in fact, agree that all knowledge is only knowledge decided upon collective, understood knowledge and vocabulary that we use is all human device, simply. And therefore, what do humans know? What do humans not know? Well, I'll tell you what humans don't see. All the other frequencies going on. Our eyes can only capture a certain spectrum of frequencies. Our ears, we can't hear dog whistles, but dogs can. We can't hear everything. We don't see everything. We don't know what the fuck is going on. No one does. That's the point. Sorry. I know your ego doesn't like that. Mine doesn't either. But that is the... We're fools. We're all fucking... It's okay. It's okay. Like, it's okay. But we're all, chumps. You know, people are honorable, great, they're wonderful people with great, egos going on. But at the end of the day, we're all slightly Trumpish. Sorry. And, it's okay. That's fine. That's not so terrifying as where the shit's going, where it's all going, the direction. So, just saying, someone might listen. I don't know. I'm not saying this. The wild gods are sending their multidimensional information into my crown chakra, and you get videos like this. Oh, man. Yeah. Can we have an awkward silence? Yeah, this has pretty much been me laying down the dealio, kind of jamming on ideas. If you have anything cool to say back, there are comments below, and you can say things. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.